Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa. I'm a professional wakesurf athlete and coach. I've been invited to mentor a project called Drop the Rope by Giuseppe. Let me describe shortly what this project is about and why I'm so excited to be a part of it. This is Giuseppe in the end of last season. He's a beginner level rider who got passionate about wake surfing and decided to focus and progress in it this summer a lot. He's been studying videos and online lessons during the winter season, so seems like he should have nice theoretical base to start practicing. Giuseppe is the hero of the story, and as any hero, he should have a goal that he will try to achieve facing different challenges and issues on his way. This is his level of riding in the beginning of our first session together. As a goal, he set up to participate in Italian Championship at the end of the season, plus to have something easy to put on checkpoints, he created a list of tricks he wanted to master before the championship. Well, I'm not a fan of making spoilers about what will happen, but need to mention there will be a huge change in this plan. I'm excited to be a part of this project as a mentor to support Giuseppe and to show you, based on it, how much progress you can reach in wake surfing in one season and how coaching affects your progress. Plus to that, it's awesome that Giuseppe wants to make it step by step work on his skills with a plan of studying and regular practice, which I believe will help a lot. This project is hosted on a separate Instagram account. Of course, I will leave a link on it in the description of the video. Plus, I created a separate playlist on this YouTube channel so you can easily access all the videos from one click which are related to this project. It is hard to plan a promise to you what exactly will be in the content because it is kind of live show based on the real story that may change at any moment in an unpredictable way. However, what I'm sure about, that will be a story interesting to follow. I'll show you and explain all the work that we do, what tricks we are practicing and why, what exercises I'll give to him to progress faster, and all his learning, both successes and failures, will be filmed and showed. If before or after a new video is published, you have any questions, want to know more, and dig deeper in one topic or another, do not hesitate to comment on the video with your questions. I'll be very happy either to answer you directly or even cover your question in the next video we will make. So generally, that's it. I plan to release about one video in a month, and each of them will cover several sessions we have together. By that moment, we already had 2 sessions together, so let's go through them right now. In the beginning, we met with Giuseppe to discuss the plan.
I have to make a disclosure for this meeting. Is I'm in Italian. I'm gonna use gestures
Oh, okay.
where I'm not able to explain the concept in the right way. Okay, about the plan, about the path to progression that I've set. As you have seen, I plan like seven tricks to master for this season, all in the flats, floater, chop up, air, with a pore slide, lip slide, and 360 finally.
It consisted of a list of 7 tricks to work through the season. I wanted to change it a lot, mostly because this list was based on online lessons that Giuseppe went through in winter, and they were created for a surf style. And Giuseppe is riding skimboard, which is totally different thing. I've already created a list of tricks to start with on skim style. This video will be launched very soon, and when it is out, I'll add a link to it here on the screen. So yeah, I would have drifter, bottom turn, snap, and stance reverse and speed reset.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really excited for What I really appreciate a lot about Giuseppe, he was really open and ready to follow my suggestions. As many beginner level riders, his dream is to close 360 in the end of the season. As a coach, I don't want to ruin his dream, but I really want to show him and others that there are so many things to do on Wakesurf besides this trick, especially when we talk about skim style, which is so easy to rotate and has so many tricks that riders do not even think about. After our meeting, we created the entirely new list of tricks to follow this season. Then, we've been unlucky with the weather for 1 week. This spring was awful. On our first session together, as with any student in the beginning, we started with a simple warm up, free riding, and for me, that's the moment to observe the level of the rider and to figure out what we have as a base for future practice. Extremely cold water, long winter pause, slightly windy and wavy conditions of the water. Everything was against him, but he really did it well. First thing that I mentioned was carving. This is a kind of red flag. A lot of people start learning with this move, and that wouldn't be a big problem if it would be easy to separate it from other moves. But since you get used to carving, it is really hard to fight with it and switch to straight, slow, and controlled riding, which is highly demanded for any other trick attempt. My first proposal was to try board slide. Giuseppe got the idea of the trick really fast, and I am quite sure that as soon as he will separate it from carving, he will master this trick. Then Ole on flat also looked really nice from the first attempt. A little struggle with landing will disappear after some practice, it's fine. But how he realized the basic move and how to take the board from the water looks really, really promising. And in the end, I was really curious to see on which step his 360 is now. Let me be honest, it is not as bad as I expected. Quite possible to close it, honestly saying, but still, I wish to switch his focus from this one to other tricks in the beginning. One of the reasons to do so is also because mastering other tricks will bring more feeling and control of the board into his skills, which generally will also support and help with 360 further on. Our second session happened a few days before my trip. Therefore, my goal as a coach was to teach him something that he will be able to practice without me being present on his next sessions. I decided that the best option would be to work on stands. Before this ride, Giuseppe had never tried to ride any stand besides the normal one. First to try was a revert stand. Besides his shocked eyes after I explained that he will need to ride with fin in front, he did well. Yes, the feeling is totally different, but the logic of the riding is quite similar to a normal stand. Definitely, it will take some time for him to get used to it, but for the first try, it was really good. Plus, what I hope for, that riding in revert will also help him in general to relax and control shoulders and balance better while riding, both in normal and revert stand. Next one was a switch backside, and with it, Giuseppe surprised me a lot. He got into this stand after a few attempts already. Yes, everything about wakesurf is always very personal and individual, but generally speaking, it usually takes much more time for people to get into this stand. For me, that was a really happy moment because I'm personally a huge fan of switchback side stands. And it is such a pleasure for me to see students dealing with it well and fast. We practiced both of the stands for a while during this session. This ride, I made a lot of focus on his mistakes, not on successes, which is not really typical for me. but it was necessary to explain all of the mistakes right away so he would remember all the problems he is facing and would be able to fight with them riding without me. I'm excited to see what he will reach practicing alone and continue our learning path very, very soon.